Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and having a great day. I'm Levan Beridze. I'm the Consul General of Georgia in San Francisco. Of course, I would like to start out by thanking our distinguished speakers and all participants attending today's special webinar, and have the privilege to welcome you all to this discussion. As most of you know, Georgia has been developing as a regional hub for IT, innovation, and technology, and has worked hard to create the most attractive business environment, which has been strengthened by the establishment and growth of a vibrant and innovation ecosystem in the country. Now, today, I think the leading educational institutions are heavily invested and are focusing on the STEM and tech education, which I think contributes heavily to the creation of a new talent in the country. Now, taking into consideration this talent, the emergence of this talent, and the close collaboration with our friends at Salesforce that are joining us today, we had the idea to put together this discussion to introduce to you one of the largest cloud-based companies in the world, with over 150,000 companies globally growing their business with them. And mind you, the company that actually started in a one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco in 1999 and now is a global brand. And that truly speaks a lot about determination and the global brand that it is representing today. Now, the discussion today will revolve around the opportunities that are available in Salesforce and the vast amount of resources which could certainly be accessible to Georgia, its students, young professionals, entrepreneurs, and so on. So our speakers will discuss the topics on Salesforce EMEA Initiatives, opportunities for academic collaboration, workforce development partnerships, supporting talent search, and I think many more. We hope today's discussion will build a long-lasting bridge between Georgia and the company, and I think open additional access to valuable resources at Salesforce. I would kind of like to thank the Georgian Innovation and Technology Agency for partnering with us on this initiative and further strengthening our cooperation with Salesforce. And of course, again, our friends from Salesforce that are here with us, thank you so much to be here and share your knowledge and expertise with us and our audience. Let me now introduce our moderator today, who is Salome Napetwaridze, who is the head of the Innovation Community Development Department at GITA, which is the Georgian Innovation and Technology Agency. And she has been leading the agency's efforts of creating the necessary tools for the development of innovation skills within the communities in Georgia. So we are very glad that she's with us and steer the conversation in the right way. Salome, please introduce our wonderful speakers, and yeah, let's get this discussion going. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Levan. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to San Francisco from Georgia. Thank you so much for the introduction and for the initiation of such a remarkable webinar. We, as Georgia's Innovation and Technology Agency, we are always ready to support this kind of activities, and I'm very glad to be part of such a productive and insightful meeting today. Greetings to the audience. Today, all of you will have an amazing opportunity to explore all the programs and projects that Salesforce, a world's leading CRM platform and a tech giant, is offering to our region. The benefits of these initiatives are not only focused on the corporate clients, but also for the students, educational institutions, job seekers, and hiring partners. With our esteemed colleagues from Salesforce, today we will discuss the scalable programs for Georgia to stimulate the talent and innovation in the region, inspiring stories from the individuals who have already benefited from the programs, partnerships in terms of the workforce development, and academic collaborations of Salesforce and other educational institutions. Now, let's get started. And let me introduce you to our first speaker, who has been contributing to the EMEA talent ecosystem for years already, Florian Mitchell, Senior Director of the Ecosystem Programs. He's been in the Salesforce family for more than 7 years and will give you a detailed overview of all the opportunities offered to our region. Dear Florian, the floor is yours.
My name is Florian Michael. I'm based here in Munich. I'm leading this EMEA talent ecosystem team. With my colleagues today, we're going to run you through with Alexander Glein, running the workforce development partners, Rafael Soputelli focusing on the academic side, and I'm very pleased to also have Anna here as a trailblazer, we call them, who run through a certain program with us and now is a part of the talent of the Salesforce ecosystem yet, and she can share the story as well. Before I dive into the slides, I want to give you, when we go to the next slide, for example, first I always say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for inviting us. I really appreciate this, and also I'm really enjoying this and really excited to, as we have not done yet a lot in Georgia. I'm really excited about this, to have this this webinar set up, and I want to really have a big thank you to all of you, and also to spread the word in social and in Georgia as well to participate at this webinar. Exactly. So imagine a world where you have a great technology like Salesforce has actually, and this very innovative and setting up new tools and products out there. But you come to this point where you're running out of talented people, where you need people doing the implementations, maintaining the technology, and so on. We are still in a hyper-growth environment here at Salesforce, but sooner or later, we will come to the point of saying, hey, we want to sell more, and we want to be more innovative, and we want to be even closer to our customers, but we need these talented people out there. And that's the reason why this team has been set up and is really focusing on this talent war, or let's say it's the talent crisis. And when you go to the next slide, it's so important even that 80% of CEOs are seeing actually threatening their business, that if they don't find this talent, this could be really a threat to the business growth, on the left-hand side. And also on the other side, you see 24% of the workforce, like people working at certain clients, they feel equipped for the future of work or working in digital environments and so on. On the right-hand side, for example, now here at Salesforce, there's a huge demand of 11.6 million jobs to be created at the ecosystem globally by 2028. And also the demand of 60 is increasing by 61% of digital skills by 2026. So you see on the left-hand side, hey, there is something failing the business because we are lacking the skills. On the right-hand side, there's a big demand on it. So we as a team here trying to connect both sides, as from a customer as well from a talent side. And in the middle, we have complex projects. We have very complex projects. Even though it's not like, hey, we are rolling out a CRM technology. It's more like how we transform a company in a digital way, how we be competitive in the market with all these other tech players and other companies. We have to be faster in our implementations, time to value, because we have to be conscious of our costs and so on. So you see, there is this crisis on talent, but we as a team want to bring these angles together, and there's a huge opportunity for all of us. When we go to the next slide, so that's our mission, our long-term growth. So we want to bring these two angles together. As a pioneer in leading this topic, we want to make sure that that we give also back, and we do something in society, and also on addressing this digital skills gap by really making sure that there are upskilling, reskilling, and placing initiatives and programs out there in this hyper-growth market. I just quickly go through it's not always the Salesforce. One go back again, thank you. There's one thing I wanted to mention is the values. So for us as Salesforce, trust is the most important value. So we want to, as a cloud company, you have to build trust, but also this is important for us, as well as the topic around inclusion. I just wanted to highlight this as well. The cake is big enough for everyone, and there are opportunities for everyone. So we want to be very inclusive, and we want to empower everyone who is interested to be part of the ecosystem here at Salesforce. Yeah. When you go further, there's an important topic. Yeah. When you look at the Future of Work report, it's recently updated here by LinkedIn and so on. Yeah. There are the top 15 jobs of the future, and you see number 15 is specifically saying a vendor called Salesforce. It's a Salesforce consultant. It's of course it's not an entry position, yeah, but it's a path where you can get through, yeah. So you can start as an analyst, as an admin, and can go through your path to a consultant. You will see that there is, as a Salesforce consultant, there is a lot of opportunities out there, and I just want to highlight this, that the future of work, and at this ecosystem, there is some space where you can find and be successful in your career. Going forward, obviously we are not the only one focusing on this topic, yeah. So this is just a list of also tech players who are very active on this field, and we as well, yeah. But when you look at Cisco, ServiceNow, Microsoft, SAP, they all have seen, yeah, that the tech space is crucial, because if you want to be in this exponential growth chart, yeah, you have to do something. You have to enable the people. You have to have the right skills on the market and so on. So that's so important. We are tackling this with all our initiatives we're going to go through today. When you go to the next slide, and then I don't show more numbers, but I think it's important that continuous learning drives agile and efficient workforce. You see that people who have certain certifications, and we come to certifications also with Anna in a second. She has, I assume, a couple of certifications. 68% people are more efficient. 30% of greater speed, and 50% learn non-technical skills. This is important, non-technical skills. It's not that techy. Everyone can do it. It can be techy, but if you want to be less techy, it can be also less techy. Yeah, and I think this is crucial for everyone to understand, and they don't have the fear. That's also why is this video I've shown. Yeah, we want to give everyone the confidence to be part of this ecosystem. When you go to the next slide, there are different angles, different things we as a team here at Salesforce also have to do. Yeah, for example, we have to fuel net new talents coming, the pipeline coming from job seekers, career changers, and so on, and also academics. Yeah, I think this is super crucial, coming from academic side, and then also grow and validate skills at the actually existing workforce, or at customers and partners. So we have to do both angles, fuel net new talents into the ecosystem, but also making sure that we get more knowledge into our existing customer space we have at the moment. Yeah, and then I will have the last slide, and then we'll hand over to Anna. And this is something what I wanted to say is important for us. Yeah, we want to first make you aware that this opportunity exists. Yeah, this is the first thing, which is always crucial, and many people don't know. Then hopefully we were gonna inspire and motivate you with this topic. We're gonna show you more in details, and then develop more certified people. So having a credential also on your CV and saying, hey, I have done this credential on my CV and I'm ready to go to this job. I think this is always crucial. And then finding the job opportunity at the marketplace in Georgia. And there are many many the ecosystem is big enough, where you can find then also job opportunities there. With that, I would like to pause and would like to hand over to a real trailblazer and success story, Anna, who will share her story. And I'm really excited that she can make it. With that, I would like to hand over to you.
Now let's go to Anna, who will get us a better understanding of the beneficiary side of the story, because it would be great to hear more about those programs from someone who has actually participated in it. Hello, Anna.
Hi, everyone. And thanks for inviting me. And I'm really excited to share my story. Happy to be here and happy to share my story. And I really hope that my story can inspire you. Nice meeting you. My name is Anna, and I'm originally from Ukraine. And I moved here. Right now I'm living in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I moved here spring 2022. I'm from non-tech background, so I used to study in Ukraine. I used to study English language and literature, and then from there I moved to do my master's degree in HR in Madrid. From there, I was working a couple of years in HR, and then I was having a bit of the interest in retail and in fashion, and I had a chance to launch my own company together with a partner back in Ukraine. So I just took the chance, and it was really nice time for me to start my own business. In 2019, I launched my company, and we started from scratch. We were lost. We didn't know how to start that. The idea was to sell men's shirts online for the office workers, and we didn't want to do it offline. We just want to do it online, and we start building our web page and our CRM system, and we were exploring the market, and we were thinking, okay, how should we do that? Like, can we do it by ourselves, or should we hire a developer? Okay, what to do? Because me and my partner were like from different backgrounds. We didn't deal with technologies and everything. So it was totally new for us. And my husband, he was working in Salesforce quite some time, and he was like, oh, why can't you use Salesforce maybe for your needs? Like, it's a wonderful platform, you can adapt it and you can build everything there. But back then for us, it was, we didn't have budget for that. So it's like was on the background, but I had interest in that, so I started looking into Salesforce. I was investigating, like, okay, what is this? What could be done there? And these things were in parallel. I was doing my own business, and then on the background, I was doing like trail mixes here and there, but it was all unorganized. I didn't have any kind of aim or something. I was just interested in the technology, and Trailhead, it was super fun. Like, you're doing some trail mixes, you're earning badges, and it was really nice. And then, unfortunately, in winter 2022, the war started, and we had to move from Ukraine to be in some safer place, and we didn't know how it will develop. And I stopped my business. I donated all the money to the army, and I just went out from the country. And I was lost. I was stressed, didn't know what to do, and I was just on the background was doing again trail mixes. I was learning something just to distract myself from the news, from all this chaos back then. And at the same time, I was investigating the opportunities. Okay, how can I actually start my career in Salesforce? Because like, I already know something, but I want to work with the technology. I really want to start my career there. I was applying for some entry job positions through LinkedIn, but I didn't had any chance to I had some first interviews, but then after couple of interviews, they said, "Oh, but you don't have like tech skills, so sorry." And then a colleague of my husband, he suggested this Blue Road Academy course. And yeah, I just filled the form, and I didn't know like either I'm going to be enrolled, because before that I heard like no, and I was like, okay, but yeah, maybe it's not gonna work for me this time as well, but okay, let me just fill the form and see what's wait for me there. And after a couple of interviews, after a practical task, they told me that I was enrolled, and I was so happy that I couldn't believe that. Like, is it really happening to me? Like, wow. And it's worth to mention that this course, it was offline, so I had to go to Amsterdam to do the courses. And yeah, I moved to Amsterdam for the courses, and it was in summer 2022. So during summer 2022, I completed Blue Road Academy courses. And in the end of the program, you had to try to pass admin certification, so kind of the first certification. And at the end of the program, they introduce you to their partners, future employers. And that's how you can start your career, get your first job there. And for me, I completed the course, and I was preparing for the certification. And then in between, I was doing these interviews. And yeah, I even didn't have the idea that without certification, you can get the first job. Like in my mind, it was like, no, you had to be certified because people should know that you have this knowledge. But in the end, what happened, I got offer even before I had the admin certification, because I was doing a couple of attempts and I failed because I didn't have a lot of experience with the platform. And what I learned from there is that employers, they are not looking for the certification, they are looking for unique skill set that you had from your previous experience, probably from your background, how you can adapt to the problems or issues, how you can respond to that. So that's how I ended up working in Dept, and Dept is a digital agency. It's a partner of Salesforce, and I'm working as a Salesforce consultant. I started as a kind of support role, and now I'm leading a couple of small projects, and more is coming. At the first, it was a little bit of a challenge for me to switch from one work to another, from one industry to another one, to adapt to different way of work. But here now I feel more confident, and I'm preparing for my next certifications. Right now, I already have a couple of them. I have admin certificate, a builder and business analyst, and I'm preparing for Service Cloud consultant one. So yeah, basically this is my story. And again, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share it. And let me know if there are any questions, or if you need, I don't know, any support or insight, you can connect with me in LinkedIn. If you move back to another slide, there will be my name, so you can find me by my name. Here it is.
Thank you, Anna, so much. Thanks a lot for such an inspiring story and your journey with Salesforce. Thanks a lot. Now let's move to our next section. So the digital skills development, upskilling and upscaling plays an essential part in the workforce development. And our next speaker, Alex Klein, who is managing the programs of the EMEA talent ecosystem, will now talk about training programs and the available resources for career changers and professionals.
Thank you,
Hello,
Salome.
Alex, once again.
Again, thank you, Salome. Thank you, and please stay on this slide for at least 1 minute. Quick round before. Levan, Salome, thank you for having us, right? The audience, thank you for listening to us. And I think it is time for me to kind of tie the dots, right? Connect a bit what my boss, by the way, Florent Michel is my boss, right? And Anna. And try to give you a bit of an understanding and a perspective of what does that mean, and therefore answer the question on, wait, is there something for me in there, right? Am I listening to this webinar to actually get something concrete? Of course you are. And let me tell you a bit more about this. So let's stay on this slide for 1 second, because I need to embark you a tiny bit for 30 seconds on my personal journey. We have Anna's story, which is remarkable. Thank you, Anna. It's brilliant. You actually went through all the, remarkable steps, Hearthstone's resilience, and all the hardship behind all the programs. And Blue Road Academy is one of our workforce development initiatives that we have in our 50 plus programs portfolio, right, in Europe. But it's one of them. And Anna went through it, and she's now a Salesforce consultant. So again, absolute congrats, Anna. I know it's not the last time I'm going to hear from you, and good luck on your fabulous journey that you're starting there. It's just the start of a fabulous thing. In separate minds, I'm very similar. I was adopted from the favelas of Brazil, right? In the ghetto of nowhere, brought into France, educated by French parents, right? Got the opportunity to go and lead a world where I got the chance to, yes, speak a few languages, yes, have access to education, which is amazing, coming from Brazil, right? I repeat that. And, join the Salesforce ecosystem. And throughout the two people that you've heard before, there's one key thing that needs to be there. The way that we are working in this team, in the talent ecosystem, is an impact. Salesforce is for everyone, right? There is zero barriers to entry. I have a finance background. I studied investment analysis. Then I went into recruitment in technology to end up at Salesforce in the talent ecosystem team. Salesforce is literally from everyone. I did a bit, I played with the product itself, but when we say it's for everyone, it is literally for everyone, right? So I want to make this clear. Now I'm here to embark you on a bit of the journey of what Florian and Anna talked about. We have the talent ecosystem team, but how do we enable all this to happen? How do we enable Blue Road Academy to create programs like they do? And how does Salesforce then plays the role behind it to embark you through the Salesforce journey? So therefore, Salome, now that we can go on the next step. Next slide, please. Actually, apologies, Salome, can we go on the next one first and then go back to this one? Thank you. Because the baseline of everything that we created at Salesforce is this: Trailhead. Trailhead is a free platform. I need to emphasize this. You type Trailhead on Google. It is a free platform that embarks you on your first learning journey. It is our self-paced, relatively innovative as an LMS, right? As a learning management system, with modules, with super badges, with trails. You've heard the words earlier, trail mixes, trails. Anna has follows trails. What does that mean? This is Trailhead. She went onto the Trailhead platform. And when you join the Trailhead platform, we as Salesforce embark you on this journey of, okay, where do I start? I'm a bit lost, right? What do I want to be? So you go on Trailhead and actually, right? And everyone that wants to try, even if they're live on the webinar right now, go on Trailhead, go Google it, get on it, create your login, create your account, and get your Trailblazer ID. This is what you're going to be called. The moment that you join Trailhead, you're part of our new talent journey. You're a new Trailblazer. Once you get onto that, you'll be able to actually do a couple of quizzes and matching and selection of what we think and you think based on your answers is best for you. Let's say, Trailhead tells you should become a Salesforce developer. Does it fit your passion? Does it fit your skills? And then we make you embark on a journey. All the modules, all the trails, all the community you have to reach in order to reach your goal. Coming back to the question that we had on the Q&A, Trailhead, start with that. Yes, we do embark you on a journey, and we do it freely with the first platform where there's no add-on, there's no purchases, there's nothing behind us. We want you to be the next trailblazer and be as innovative, as creative, and as great as you can. So we created that. You learn in-demand skills, you earn resume-worthy credentials, right? And you do connect to a global community. And Trailhead will be the baseline of anything that you do. Everything starts from that. From that point on, right, you could embark on a different journey. And this is why our team exists. From Trailhead, you tell yourself, okay, I'm dedicated enough, right? And I go through those credentials and I go through those free trail mixes, free modules, free super badges, free hands-on experiences that we give throughout this platform, and I can make it by myself. Or on Trailhead, you get, and that's where I'm going to ask you, Salome, to go back one slide, please. It was in reverse on the deck. You can access through Trailhead our Trailblazer Workforce Partner Program. What's that? You're going to say, it's a lot of jargon, it's a lot of buzzwords. Well, this is to join what Anna joined. This is to join the Blue Road Academy. You join the Trailhead and the Trailblazer community. You're a bit like, okay, you know, as you know, hands-on as you wish to. Well, we offer something else then. We created a directory with turnkey resources, right, for our workforce partners, but also for you as a talent, right? That's very clear. In order to give you third-party support to embark you on this training journey. It's the Blue Road Academy for Anna, but it's 50 plus other training programs across EMEA. And we try to target it on a country per country basis. Georgia needs to be coming, Levan, right? We need to embark the Georgia community of our next workforce development community programs. Not yet, but let's think about it, right? Let's have the next community of Trailblazer logging into Trailhead and telling me, Alex, where is it next? Right? So we grow, this is how we grow. Again, 50 plus portfolio, join this link, you can see the breadth of it. It's all over the world, actually. It's a global program. But the EMEA, you can find a program. I would say we almost reach every country in the EMEA. We're getting there. Georgia needs to be next. That's why we're doing this webinar, right? But that's our reach. Okay, so Trailhead, you start your Trailblazer journey, Trailhead, self-paced. You could join a third party, the Blue Road of this world, right? To give you this push into the ecosystem. And then, Salome, this is when I'm going to ask you on the next slide, sorry. And then there's going to be 2. There you go. And then we're going to arrive on our training modalities, right? How do we actually train from a Salesforce perspective? And how do we connect the dots externally? Okay, so as I said, the self-paced part. It's online, it's gamified, it's all up to you, people. You get on it, you try to reach it. I'm trying as we speak right now, right? Salesforce has an initiative for me to become a ranger. I'm going through the hands-on challenges of the modules. I found my passion, that's it. So I'm liking the trails that I'm having. Free and fully up to you and your passion and what you want to learn. Then we have the guided path, hybrid and flexible model. There's a bit of Trailhead, but then you could add a Trailhead virtual bootcamp. What does that mean? You're like, Alex, another Salesforce jargon. Yes, another one. I think it's self-explanatory. We take Trailhead, right? We take what you've learned, but we're like, you need a bit more of a push there. You need a bit more of an expert learning session. You need to be able to ask questions, right? As an audience, you need to be able to understand what you're doing hands-on, why you're doing it. How is it going to, portray on the project? So you have this hybrid model. We offer that through our website, right? Which you can go and apply to. This is coming as a cost, a relatively lower cost than the accelerated pathway, but it does come to a bit of a higher cost. Depending on the countries that you're present in, though, right? Dependent, or again, all that. Because it's a formation, it's training providership, you have some help potential around this. But you have this guided pathway. And then we have the last one, which is the fully accelerated one, right? In this case, you get a teacher face-to-face for 8 hours a day for 5 days, right? And they're going to embark you on the full trailhead and ecosystem trailblazer first certification journey. And then the rest is a bit up to you to consider it. It's immersive, it's interactive, and it comes through different ball game. Those a bit of our, we call it our blended learning approach. What we mean by that is literally different type of training modalities in order to embark you dependent on where you are, how you want to learn, right? Which is extremely important. What is your journey? Which is extremely important. What is your passion? What is your journey? Some people cannot sit on a 5-day class. I can't. Genuinely, I can't, right? 8 hours a day. I'm a mix. I'm the hybrid flexible type of person. I need a bit of be able to ask my question and then do it myself. I'm that type of individual. But we offer those modalities. And it was important for you to understand all that. So let me recap a second, right? We have a talent ecosystem team that offers the learning journey. We are the attraction, the training modalities, and ideally the placement piece, right? My responsibility, which was I'm pitching today, is all that training and enabling parts. And in order to do that, first step, you join Trailhead. Yeah, you become a trailblazer. You join that first journey. You join your first trail mix. You join your first what's in it for me. Then you decide on your blended learning approach. Am I the type of person that can do it by myself? Am I the one that needs a bit of a guided but flexible? Or do I need someone that just guides me and pushes me through? That's it. Salome, if we go through the next couple of slides, a bit of quickly, we're gonna share this deck, right? Salome and Levan to the community. Yes. So you will have details on the pathway. If we can just go back a tiny bit, Salome. Back and back again. Thank you. You have details like this on the 3 different pathways, which are going to be quite important for you in order to choose who you want to be in there. This is when you start contacting us or assessing the resources on our website, right? So it is part of everything that we do as a workforce. So now we can jump. Thank you, Salome. We just want to see the details of everything that I've discussed so far. Next slide, please. The importance of all that, and please, someone tells me because I have a tendency to speak a lot when I need to stop. The credentialing aspect. All this is leading you to become a certified professional, right? A credentialed individual. You tell me, yeah, who cares about having a certification if I don't get a job? Well, the marketplace indicates, Anna has stated it, right? Going through a program or getting your self-paced journey, getting that first credential, right, will give you a stamp. I have done it, right? And therefore, I'm vouched to potentially go and get my hands on the product. On Trailhead, and those are the Trailhead, overview that I'm giving you right now, you have a few options. Super badges, right, which are completely free. You can take those by doing the Trailblazer journey. The Salesforce certifications, yeah, which, will allow you to get that advantage of approval. And then for the partnership, and that's for the consulting piece, they're credit professional, but I don't really want to get into this in this moment. That doesn't really matter. And the last slide, Salome, right? After we've talked about the importance of credentialing. So first learning, then credentialing, and now getting a job, right? Because we all get out of our studies, we all embark on this journey, we all dedicate time, maybe money, maybe a bit of self-ego and self-development on a lot of things. And we tell ourselves like, why am I here? What am I doing? What's in it for me at the end? And I want to take back all the words that Florian and Anna mentioned earlier. and I've told you myself, we want you in there. We have 11+ million jobs to cover globally. In EMEA, and keep me straight, Flo, I think we have passed the 500,000-600,000 jobs that needs net new jobs that we have created by 2026 in the Salesforce ecosystem. So we need you, right? There is a space for everyone. And I would say, instead of having the full academic approach, think about yourself, think about the passion that you have, and look at all those personas around there. The business analyst, the architect, the consultant, the cybersecurity manager, the marketing, the designer. Surely you will find yourself in one of those personas. Surely you will, right? I was one of those. I was a salesperson. I went in BD, I went in recruitment. And yet I find myself in the Salesforce ecosystem somewhere, somehow. And I want you to think about this while you embark on your first Trailblazer journey and move on to actually welcome you into the ecosystem.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Hi, Rafael. Now we will move to the last topic of ours, which I'm sure the majority of our audience cannot wait to hear about. Rafael will reveal how Salesforce partners with academic and university institutions, and more importantly, will give us insights into how Salesforce is integrated into the curriculum to prepare students for the tech industry. Hello, Rafael.
Hello, Salome, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much. And also thank you, Alex. So also regarding the time, I think I keep it a little bit shorter than expected, but all good. So I would like to talk now about the academic collaborations. And unfortunately, or maybe lucky, I don't have as many slides as Alex, but hopefully it is just as helpful for you. So our goal is to inspire students and take the first step into our ecosystem together. Because as you have already heard, we have a big digital skill and talent gap that we want to close, not only, but also through young talents. So in order to achieve this within our academic pathway, we have various offerings, starting with the introduction pitch, the first certificate, and ending, for example, with the master thesis. All these offerings are summarized briefly and in a nutshell on this slide, as you can see it right now. So for this, let's start at the top left. The first one is the talent ecosystem pitch. So in contrast to, for example, North America, Salesforce is not yet very well known here in Europe, and especially among students. So for this reason, the talent ecosystem pitch is a good way to introduce Salesforce to students. So Salesforce, the Customer 360 platform, our values are presented. So we will also showcase different job opportunities, as you just have seen, or what Alex just showed to you, within our ecosystem and all the benefits it brings. And then finally, what we do is that we also talk about Trailhead, which is already also well explained by Alex. So this is somehow the first step we do at the university. Then the second step, what we are going to do, or what we are ideally going to do is, so if the students already know Salesforce and want to dive deeper into a specific topic, then the second point, the guest lecture, or more specific, the blueprints are the right choice. So we have different blueprints in different areas, for example, in AI, in sales, in marketing, in equality, or in sustainability. So depending on the desired topic, one of these blueprints can be selected, and therefore the students are given a deeper insight into what, for example, belongs to an efficient sales process, what a sales cycle looks like, and how the whole thing is solved efficiently and simply through our Sales Cloud. For example, together with our partner Nautic, we have already completed more than 1,000 hours of talent ecosystem pitches and guest lectures at various universities in Ukraine. So more and more partnerships were added since 2020. And Nautic has partnered with over 15 universities in Ukraine to educate students of computer science. Then the third point is certification training. So once students have been exposed to Salesforce and have had their first experience in Trailhead, it is time to tackle the first certificate. So to get started, it is worthwhile for students to take the Salesforce Associate certification first. This involves learning about different areas such as the Salesforce ecosystem, platform navigation, data model, and reports and dashboards through guided sessions, but more importantly, independently on Trailhead. So afterwards, they can take an online exam, and if they pass after the 17-minute exam, they can already call themselves a Salesforce Associate. So we do this, for example, with Jan Vision. This is a student consultancy of a university in Germany. Then the next one is Salesforce modules. So we also offer various Salesforce modules in collaboration with the International University for their bachelor, master, and MBA programs. So in addition, job seekers also have the opportunity to complete courses in the field of Salesforce at the IU without having to complete a bachelor's or a master's degree. And all these various programs for master students and bachelor students, MBA students, but also job seekers in collaboration with the IU are an excellent opportunity to develop talents in the current times. So all those programs are designed to be flexible and adaptable for the students as well as for the job seekers. So due to its format, participants can join from anywhere to gain relevant academic and Salesforce skills. Then last but not least, theses and project offerings. So we also offer universities and therefore for students the opportunity to write a bachelor's or master theses together with Salesforce or to carry out different projects at the university together. So for example, 3 master students at the German University of Munich developed a communication guideline for the use of Slack, our internal communication platform, but also external communication platform. So the consulting project was completed within 6 weeks and was presented to the university and Salesforce representatives. And as you can see on the right side, we complete these offerings with individual offerings together with partners, for example, as you can see with Accenture, but also with partners of Sales5 and All Up. But regarding the time, I just would like to finish this part. And so as you can see, we offer different offerings that support students in their first experience with Salesforce up to their first certificate, for example. So if you want to know more, you can also find further information on the next slide. But I'm not going to mention everything on the next slide, just this is for your information. And with that said, that's the end of the academic collaboration part. And as far as I know, the Q&A session will be next. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for such inspiring and insightful stories and overviews and everything. The majority of the questions that we received were actually focused on the background of how and where should our audience start from when they want to participate and become the beneficiaries of these programs. So maybe we could kind of briefly elaborate around this topic and then wrap up the webinar.
Absolutely, Salome. I was going to jump onto that. I'm reading the Q&A as we speak right now, and this is lovely, right?
Yes.
Great questions. Some people want to start their journey, so let's just get on it, right? I think we're on the next steps, right? Guys, first step, Trailhead. Yeah, as I said, get on Trailhead, right? What we want, it's a bit like the Apple when you first get your iPhone. Yeah, it needs to be intuitive. It's a platform that's made for you, not for us to direct you onto it, right? So I want to make it clear about this. Get on this QR code, get on Trailhead, get the app. We have Trailhead Go. Yeah, we're so cool. But we have Trailhead Go. We get an app. You can do your modules, you can do your super badges, you can prep for your certification and get actually certified on the go. Let's think about the power of this, all for free. Now, all the people, and I think there's 3 out of 4 questions are around this. How do I start? Where do I go? Trailhead. First link is this one, right? First one that's there, first QR code. Jump onto that. I would say, get onto learning. There's only 4 tabs. Learning, I want to learn. Do your career quiz. Have fun with the platform. But most importantly, again, it's a bit like an iPhone. Be intuitive around it. Check, click, see what's out there. We made it for you, right? And feedback it. You don't like it? there's actually all the platform to actually even share ideas and be innovative on the platform. This is how, you know, we want you to participate. You're part of this platform. It's a community. Second part, community. Community. The moment that
we also had questions about that too.
Uber important. We call it the Ohana for a reason, Hawaiian word for the community space, right? At Salesforce. This has been implemented since 1999. It's not new. It's not something. It has 24 years. We base ourselves on the community standpoint. Everyone can learn from each other. Everyone is a mentor to another. We're all coaching each other. We're all training each other. We want you to join this space. And again, wherever you feel that is important for you to be in. It's about who you are. Oh, you know, I've studied finance and I want to stay in the finance space. Cool. We implement in most of all the banks across the world. You know, I want to stay in the retail industry. Brilliant. Yeah. Right? We are there. Marketing. And I jumped the swing. First, get into Trailhead. Work your way through that. From this point on Trailhead, once you have a Trailblazer ID, you will see the workforce development partners. You will see all the rest that we've talked about in the talent ecosystem, including, though, the academics program, right, which is very specific. And the last point I want to say is connect with us. I see a couple of people. I see Miriam, if she's on the call, and one other person that has actually added me on LinkedIn. Add us on LinkedIn, personally, Alexandra Klein. Right? If you want to share our name, Salome, our LinkedIn profile, please do on the chat. Whoever feels from Salesforce that's individual wants to be connected, I'm more than happy to have an individual chat with a couple of people. Bring them on the journey. Yeah? So please feel free to share that. The last step is join our group. We have an EMEA Talent Ecosystem group where we share the updates, the new free webinars, the new 3 basics and fundamentals of Salesforce, the new whatever is happening, our new campaigns, our new classes, our new Salesforce skills. Now it's 6:01, so I need to stop talking, Salome. Back to you.
I think we have some we can go over for a few minutes if not everyone is in a rush.
Yep. Because there were a couple of questions that might be very interesting for the audience, including if it's possible to be hired on the remote positions from Georgia.
Yes. Is that too abrupt? Too fast of an answer?
Makes sense, at least, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was in recruitment for 12 years, 13 years of my life. You get the Salesforce skills, guys. The key of it, though, is to bring it back to your country, because the potentials of your own country is gorgeous. Don't underestimate that. Don't think, that's my first thing. Don't think that because, you know, you see maybe higher rates or higher projects. No, my first goal will be, I learned these skills. What can I do in Georgia? That would be me, right? I would be like, if I'm getting my first Trailhead skills, my first thing, and I'm being creative and I think about apps, development, new projects, new things, how can I build this for my home country? How can I increase the growth of my own people and my own country and give back by actually being viable and money sound? Because we all talk about salary here. Let's not avoid the subject, right? The salary subject is massive. And I know that this question is driven from that. And it's a very good question. So yes, you can, right? We can get from Salesforce, you can work remotely across the world, literally, because it's all through our computers and our platforms and anything that you do. Now, what we always advise, right, is this is why we run programs locally, right? So I run Iberian, French programs, Italian programs, we run German programs, we run Nordics programs, because we think that actually by staying local and increasing what you have on the spot will actually make you even greater. So the money rewards might be smaller to start with, but the longevity of what you're doing might be greater. So both. Yes, you can be hired remotely, but think about creating whatever you want to create in your local state points.
Thank you so much. Levan, you wanted to edit something?
Yes, may I?
I'm sure.
Not adding. I actually have a question. Wonderful. Again, thank you so much for your presentations, for sharing with us your expertise, your knowledge, and how we can get the Georgian community more active. in this. My question is actually, Rafael, you were talking about the educational programs. I know that we have several universities from Georgia and several students from those universities joining us. And I think it would be interesting to know about, and you talked about Alex and Rafael and everybody, I mean, about so many tools that are available to be accessed, right? And one, I wanted to kind of focus on and hear a little bit more about the educational part of it. You talked about, having the maybe guest lectures in those countries, or providing, certain advice to a curriculum, or setting a certain curriculum and working with the universities. So can you just say, what has worked the best? How have you worked with certain countries where you would infuse this educational system, or actually provide certain tools that would add to the curriculum that is already being integrated and implemented in these universities? So what are some of the successes that you've seen, and maybe we in our universities can work with you closely to integrate that into their curriculum?
Of course, I mean, first of all, our main focus is not to focus on the educational program of a country itself, but more to focus on individual university within a country. And there we just look for partners, for interested partners within Salesforce, but also in our ecosystem. And as soon as we identify that the university is interested, but also, for example, a partner, then we try to connect. And then it depends on, the first step is always to connect, to do the talent ecosystem pitch I just mentioned, to that the students, but also the university, get a feeling of what is Salesforce exactly, and what are the opportunities for the students, but also for the university itself. And then we try to strengthen this relationship by doing the guest lectures, by doing like what I showed you with the hackathon, what we do with Accenture, to really strengthen the relationship and do, for example, a hackathon each semester. And therefore to have not only the introduction, but also something which is more or done regularly. So therefore, it depends really if we find an interested university and an interested partner, and then we try to connect those points.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think communication, I guess, is the number one step here. And I think listening the university, some of the representatives of the universities, and also the Georgian Salome representing also the Georgian Innovation and Technology Agency, I think that communication, we can continue to collaborate on that topic, and see where we can find the common interests, right, between the universities and some of the partners that you were working with, and have that Salesforce integrated there. Wonderful. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Levan, and to your whole team, including especially Mariam. Thanks to all the speakers, the Salesforce team. It meant a lot for our community and for our local partners, universities, and students to get the opportunity to listen to you and to actually explore what kind of opportunities you're offering to the region. I'm pretty sure we will continue our collaboration further, and we will have tons of like partnering projects and programs together. Thank you so much.
If I may also add, Salome, again, thank you so much for leading this discussion for us. And again, thank you everyone for participating. I think this is a good first step. We've been working with Florian and meeting some of the amazing talented people at Salesforce, and this is how this all started. But I think this is a very good step from getting this knowledge out to the Georgian community, to the students, young professionals there. And I want to say that the information that was provided here today, we have recorded it. I'll mention that again, and we will continue to share this information with a lot of people in Georgia, other than the attendees and everybody through the universities, so everybody can start participating. And what you said, Alex, was very, I think, important, that go on there and just start clicking, start finding out. There's no wrong click, right? So start clicking, start finding out, start exploring what you want to do, where. And one of the interesting tools that I heard was about actually giving you suggestions, right? The program, the system will give you suggestions of what, based on the test and the quiz, right? The quiz.
Correct.
So it will
Exactly that.
actually get you to think in that way based on your answers. And that, I think, is a great great tool to have. So I encourage everybody through our attendees and also who is going to be seeing the video later on of this webinar to be in touch, to let us know, the Consulate General, the Georgian Innovation and Technology Agency, the universities, and of course you that are representing Salesforce here today. So again, thank you, and we hope and we will stay in touch, and we will continue to bother you even more. So thank you.